So yesterday we took a look at some icebox changes. Today let's take a look at some Lotus changes and whether this map has changed at all. And again we're going to take a look at 100 Thieves versus C9. And let's take a look at that very first round where there's a bit of a funny kill that is due to all of these changes.
They just have a solo Viper.
Where's their chamber, A? Oh, he is.
Chamber's A, and they have 3B?
Chamber feels troll to me, but
You don't like him?
yeah. I mean, I like Chamber, but I just feel like you can't get the same value.
I mean, we'll see, right? If they're able to
No.
abuse C because they don't have KJ.
And I think B as well becomes like a lot more doable to pressure into because you don't have the alarm bot necessarily. And
Okay, no, Chamber's goated. Sorry, guys.
So really there is quite a few different changes that all led to this kill, this very free kill happening to Whippy. Let me explain. It starts off, of course, with we are playing Chamber. And here's the thing. We'll get into some of these Chamber setups as well. What Cryo was doing, whether it worked, whether it didn't. But Cryo was playing Chamber. And that was kind of the first change, that maybe Chamber is more viable now. And this time he's playing in towards A just here, which obviously, again, is one of these changes, right? Adding and kind of extending this wall out here. But the real thing that's going to matter in this round is Whippy's going to end up walking up here, but he's going to follow this dog, right? And here's where the change matters. Two changes. One is the change, obviously, to this part of the map just here, right? And that Cryo can tuck in behind this box, and this dog can't go far enough to clear all of this, right? It just can't. And so that's one already kind of big significant change that you need to be aware of as the attackers, that this dog can't clear everything. But the second one is just there. When this dog is coming out, of course, maybe if this dog from Zeppa can still look left and right, maybe it just about sees him. I'm not sure if it would, but it has a chance. Whereas now that it can only dive straight, it can't. And of course, we see the fact of that is that Whippy ends up walking out here and he doesn't even bother to check, right? He's just not ready for this whatsoever. Whether he thinks that's because the dog has cleared it or because he just forgot, I don't know. But Cryo gets a free kill. So quite a funny start to the game there. But now let's talk about that Chamber and why you might pick Chamber on this map now. And to me, the big change that Chamber got was the little added bit here towards C. Because now that you can put your TP out here in this corner, where it's nice and safe, you can really get quite deep up in here. And I think that this setup towards C is really why you want to be picking Chamber on this map. And right in the second round, even though they're on an eco, we see some Chamber value coming from this position.
It's lands, man. You know?
Oh
my.
there you go.
Well, there's the chamber that you can do.
Okay, so we've taken a look at some quick little things there, but now let's come to round number 4 where we have this going on. And again, we're going to take a look at the chamber. There's multiple kind of things going on in this round, but let's focus on this chamber again because this is the first thing, right? The spawn barrier changed to where now the spawn barrier for the defenders is like here, so you can come and put your chamber TP in here as well, where Cryo has, and that allows you to play over towards A. Now, you see the Fade Horn going up, you see that the Raids was in here as well. Personally, and we'll get into this in a later round as well, I would have loved to have seen here for Cryo, instead of having the TP here, which is a fine place for it to be, right? Again, it's very safe. The problem with this TP is you can see where Cryo is now. He kind of can't really go past this, right? So when this Viper Orb goes up, you see that he doesn't really fully know what's going on, right? He has to like take a bit of a risk to come up here and clear this out as the setup is up, right? And he gets back onto the angle and he can see from here. I would have loved to have seen more rounds like this, maybe even coming and putting the TP in here, right, kind of behind this wall, like as you scale up here, so that then you can actually get all the way up here, right, and get even ahead of the Viper setup and be just a real menace. Now, later on in this round, when they do come back to Cryo, you are going to see that he does still manage to make this work towards A, and you are still going to be a threat with this control into A, and everyone else can rotate across the map.
I didn't factor that.
Oh, that's huge.
Chamber off angles. Nice. There you
30
go.
seconds left.
And so there you see the chamber value. But it's not just that. There's an extra part to this round as well, which is where Asner is heading right now. Because this little space, particularly with this Viper Wall, right? So the common little Viper Wall, I kind of mentioned in one of my videos, maybe you want to angle it slightly so it's a bit closer to the box. So this is even more of like a little pocket to fully play in. But you'll see it happen right here, where if you can play in this pocket, right? Sky Flashes or utility that goes through this Viper Wall when it's up won't affect you here, and you can be a menace from this position.
It sucks.
True. Someone needs to clear Asuna. Sure.
Oh,
Wait,
what a
this looks
spot.
fucking awesome.
Oh my god, what a spot.
Good satchel, pop it.
He's in like a crazy spot between two smokes
Yeah.
too, that he doesn't get caught by
You
anything.
can't push it forward.
Seconds left.
If you do this, it'll echo.
Oh, it's eating
It's
that.
like phasing. You don't have to hold it back. You just have to point it back
Okay,
towards
okay.
you. You're
Got
good.
it.
But whilst there were some nice things done by the chamber here, we have to talk about round number 6, because round number 6 is driving me mad. I have no idea what 100 Thieves are doing. It's an awful round of Valorant, because Cryo has his chamber ult here. Okay? He's got his chamber ult. And when you take a look at the map and where 100 Thieves are starting, you're like, whoa, they got 4 players towards A. Wow, I bet they're going to chamber ult and have, you know, Cryo sit really deep up here and get really aggressive and be a big menace here for Cloud9. It's going to be really tough for them, you know, once Cryo's set up really deep on A here. That's going to be tough against a chamber ult. No, you might be able to see it that the chamber TP is already back there. So this round starts off with them, you know, like just throwing a bit of util early on. They send the boombot, they send the fade horn. They kind of fake almost as if they're going to be aggressive here and send the one way in there instead. But they're not actually going to be aggressive instead. And Cryo's going to sit all the way back here with the chamber ult. You actually see he's put his chamber trap down here as well, right? Which we'll get to later on in the round, but just keep note that the chamber trap is here, okay? Because as this round is going forward, instead of being aggressive and playing aggressively with the chamber ult, Cryo decides to sit back here, just behind the Viper setup, and just has no idea what's going on. Of course, he does have his chamber trap out there to help tell him if someone is like right on top of him, but he doesn't really have a great clue of what's going on here towards A. And you can see that this Viper wall, he ends up just staring at it and basically just staring at his feet as he waits for it to go down, as he has no idea what's going on. Then eventually Vanity here is going to destroy his chamber trap that is on the ground as he just stares here and just, you know, basically hopes and waits that someone will just magically give him a kill. But then the wall goes up again and then the door opens. And then the door opens. And right now, I just want you to guess, how do you think Cryo dies in this round? Because you might remember that his chamber trap was out here. Now remember, the barriers start here now. So he could have put his chamber trap in towards the door, right? So that he would know if anyone touched the door, right? Because remember, he's gone for this very passive chamber setup where he knows it's very common for a Viper wall to come up here, right? And he's got his ult, right? So you don't want to be staring at a Viper wall the whole time with your chamber ult. Well, guess how Cryo dies.
In round 2.
Little X on the map.
Yo, everyone's
He's
like,
not
clear.
clear. He's not even clear.
Wait, how did he get? Did they?
So yeah, he just walked on through the door and got a free kill on Cryo, who's been staring at the Viper wall the entire time. What are we doing? But it gets potentially even worse when we take a look at what's going on towards B as well. Because we get this Fade Haunt in here that is just a bit too shallow and just misses them, right? But now that Cryo and the door is open and the lurk is coming, he's got no idea what's going on. So he calls Boostio over to help him because he doesn't know what's going on. Now the door is closed, but take a look at this. We're going to get a Sky Flash in here, right? Boostio doesn't turn around. We're going to get the Raze Blast packing in here. Boostio doesn't turn around. He's so preoccupied with trying to help Cryo because he's in such a pickle and such a mess that he doesn't even realize that they've literally come in right behind him on B, and he has no idea, and he doesn't turn around until he's getting Omen flashed. What is going on? And then he's gonna die. We get this kill here, and then Boostio's trying to open the door, but he's gonna die to Oxy coming in from behind him as well. What are we doing? But now let's move on from that mess and get to another round, and generally speaking, the changes have helped the defenders here, right? We've added in all these corners and extra stuff, you know, for the attackers to have to check here and stuff like that, making it harder for them to go onto the site. But that actually has a different effect as well. The defenders might try and play a bit more aggressively to defend the site, thinking that they've got extra options now, right, in terms of creating crossfires and whatnot. And we'll see that in this round and how that can help you with your Omen ult, because with an Omen ult, what you generally would see here on this map is Omen ult coming towards the back of C, and then basically, you know, doing a kind of two-way exec with the Omen already in their spawn, right? Now, maybe that wouldn't work in the past because people used to run back quite a lot when they saw a C exec coming to them. But now, as we'll see in this round, they might feel a bit more confident in playing a bit more up towards the front of the site, and that can cost them.
You just picked 3 of your friends.
No, I didn't, man. That's a, you.
Wait, no, you're
if
right.
I'm
Some of them
building a
like you.
team, I'm a GM, and I'm building around Boostio, Oxy, and Zeppa. That's my answer. Unbiased.
Oh, this is really hard to hold. I like that, actually. That's a good answer.
Jake backside. So is Oxy, Zeppa, Boostio?
Yeah.
Who would you pick, Tarek?
No, man.
I would go with... Fuck.
Nice.
Boostio, Bang, Zeppa.
And of course, whilst all those extra corners and places to check make it harder for the attackers to take that space, once they have taken that space, it then can become harder for the defenders. And we're going to see in this round how Asuna uses this extra space out here to be very unpredictable and perhaps, you know, playing off the fact that people aren't used to you being out here in post plants and almost using your own Viper Wall against you as well.
Mine's on J.
It's not optimal, but I'm just conditioned.
Mine's really not optimal. It's on middle click, and I scroll to my secondary weapon all the time.
Just unbind scroll.
Then I don't know how to switch gun.
Like 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Is that too much for you?
You guys got to slow down.
That's too much for him.
Oh, the B.
We need to dumb
much,
it down, yeah.
You heard me when I said platinum, right?
Gold, gold.
Maybe silver this act.
We agreed gold, I think.
I don't know why he does this to me.
C9 don't really have good guns for this.
Kills are big. 100 Thieves don't really have great money.
True.
4 here is kind of big as well.
Paranoia misses.
Never mind. Austin is getting active.
Dude, 100 Thieves is wokage.
They need that. They need Bang to wake up
We have a
too.
match.